Hey restaurant pros, do you have more than one restaurant location and/or a restaurant with a really strong catering business or retail outlet? Have you been wondering if a commissary kitchen would be the right next move for you? If this sounds like you, I'll do my best to answer that question in just a moment. I'm David Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. I've been coaching restaurant owners since 2003, and I'm really glad you're here to learn. Today, I want to talk about when it might be a good decision to open a commissary kitchen. But before I do that, if you like tips and tricks like this, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, oh yeah, that bell so you're notified when my next video tip comes out. And for more tips and tricks for running a profitable restaurant or to hear restaurant owner success stories, make sure you tune into my podcast, Restaurant Prosperity Formula, found on all the popular podcasting services. Let me be very clear. A commissary kitchen is 90% of the time not a good idea if you have a single restaurant location, even if you have a strong catering business. Of course, there's always exceptions to this rule. A commissary kitchen can be a good idea if you're looking to A, ensure consistency in your soups, sauces, side dishes, dressings, desserts, and much more throughout your system. Right? You want consistency in every location, no matter where somebody gets your product, it's exactly the same. B, prep labor is killing you in each of your kitchens, especially when they're making the same damn items, same sauce, same dessert in each one of your location's kitchens. So by consolidating your labor, you're going to free up labor dollars in each one of those businesses. C, you also have a strong catering business or retail outlet where the demand clearly strains your restaurant kitchen, from storage and equipment to just plain space. So as you grow your business, if you can't keep up with production, like you can't do it in your current space, a commissary may be necessary. Understand that you really need to make sure the commissary is producing a lot of your products. Right? To make it really worthwhile. It's not, oh, we're only going to make a sauce and a dough ball. It's not that we're going to make our specialty desserts and distribute them. Like, it's got to do a ton of the prep. You know, if Brussels sprouts, cutting those take a ton of your time, well, we're going to have it done in one spot and then we're going to ship it off to the other locations so we don't have to spend all of that labor dollars in each one of those locations, basically consolidating, because it takes this, a prep cook to do one batch, the same amount of time to do 2 or 3 or sometimes 4, depending on the product. So you get efficiencies by doing it, plus you get consistency. Now, you've got to understand that if you're going to look at a commissary kitchen, this commissary comes with a lot of overhead. This is why it's something you've got to really think about before you pull the trigger on it. You're going to have a kitchen leader. You need a chef or kitchen manager, some lead in that kitchen to make sure that they're pulling in all the orders from each one of the locations. They're assessing what prep is going to look like. They're ordering properly. Like, it is critical to have a good kitchen leader for production if you're going to have a commissary. You're also going to have full-time kitchen people. See, in the restaurants, we can, based on our sales, ratchet up hours, ratchet down hours because our sales are going up and down. Well, if your sales start going down, we can't trim those hours from our commissary because why? They're kind of production. They're fixed on creating product. It's going to be very difficult to trim hours because we need them. So volumes are very important. That's why I said you need to have multiple locations, really strong catering, retail. Demand must be high so we can keep these people working full-time in that kitchen. Yeah, we can have some part-time, but the truth of the matter is, this becomes a full-time operation. You're going to have rent, utilities, insurance. Heck, you're going to need probably refrigerated vans to move the product from one place to another. And the insurances and all the things go along with that, drivers and so on. So a commissary can come with a lot of expenses. Plus, to make all this work, you're going to need software. That means you're going to need some sort of recipe costing card software, cost of goods sold software for each one of the locations. So we can update our pricing and know that every recipe is up to date. Why? Because we're going to basically using these recipe cards, up to date, accurate recipe costing cards, as what we're transferring in product value. We may have all this product come in, we put it into a pot and we make, say, sauce for our pizza. Well, we start shipping off sauce. There were a whole lot of ingredients went in there. What is the value of that sauce currently based on the fact that tomatoes went through the roof this week? That's important that we can shift the values from one location to another, if you will. Now, there are additional expenses. And maybe in a future video, we can talk about how we can transfer or make sure each one of the revenue centers pays for their share of all those operating costs of the commissary kitchen. But the truth of the matter is this: make sure that you're in a position where a commissary kitchen makes sense, that you've got enough volumes and you'll see enough labor savings to make that call. If you're tired of not being able to leave your restaurant because no one else knows how to run it, I want to make sure you know it doesn't have to be that way. You can leave your restaurant. It is possible to build a team of people who know how you want the restaurant to run with trained and responsible people in place. You can give yourself time away. What would you do if you had time away from your restaurant? Would you sleep better? Would your relationships improve? Would you feel more relaxed? These are all things you deserve to experience as a business owner. It's why we own our own businesses. If you would like to learn how to own a restaurant that doesn't depend on you to be successful, click the link in the description to watch a free video to learn exactly what you have to do. Also, be sure to subscribe to get my weekly tips and watch these 2 videos to get more information and guidance for running a successful restaurant.